Volume 4, Chapter 9. Things that could be done alone. Sato was here. The chemistry experiment during the days of junior school was such a fantastic time, wasn't it? I also remember that there are differences between the things I've learned in school and the actual practice. It's aggravating to be filled with bad imaginations with no way to prove it. Even if it's the truth, the heroes should win against the demon lord like how it usually goes. If they lose, then I'll take responsibility of defeating the demon lord in place of the dragons. I take a deep breath several times and I'm becoming calm. Having high mental strength surprisingly has its merits. I come back to my room, returning to the main subject. I want to do further verification and alchemy. Since the chanting practice needs to be done steadily, I have no choice but to do it on the way to the labyrinth city. First, let's verify the storage. I take out the meal. It's still warm. I lightly bite it. The taste is still the same. I put back the remaining meal into the storage. It's a bit late, but the item name is Seiryu Grill. It needs a bit more ingenuity. I add a new memo called storage verification. I write the date and the state on the memo. For now, it can keep something warm. Maybe it even has a function to freeze state of things. I write such on the memo. I don't think that it could delay or stop time. That's way too improbable. This time, I take out the Seiryu grill that I put in the item box. This one is already cold. The taste is like a cold grill. It's not rotten, since it's only been half a day. It's natural. Let's write that the item box doesn't retain warmth. Next, I'm testing whether it's possible to move items between the storage and the item box. I mark a copper coin with ink. I try putting it inside the item box, but it can't go in. It seems that with skill level 1, it can't enter. I raise the skill level to 2, and it goes inside. I try putting various accessories, and it seems that it can only hold 4 pieces of 4 types of items. Is it the skill level squared? Let's write this down on the memo. When I open the storage window in the menu, an item box tab has appeared. I drag the item to the storage. When I open the item box and look inside it, the transfer is successful. I try doing the same thing in reverse. The item can be moved without problems. Accessing the item box from the storage consumes no MP. I put this information as a postscript on the storage verification memo. Let's think how to use this next time. Next, I'm trying if I can search the contents of the book inside the storage. It should be convenient to check it secretly in situations like the trouble with the dragon white stone today. I was able to search an explanation in the game, therefore I want to check if I could search for contents. There were no books in the game though. I tap the Royal City Tour book inside the storage and choose Search on the popped-up menu. I search for Castle. Then the explanations about castles are shown on the search hit. It seems that it can search with no problems. The search results are displayed. I've always wanted this function in real life. I wouldn't have needed to scan books or OCR. Fantasy is awesome. I suddenly come up with something and immediately try it. If I could see the search results, then couldn't I be able to read the contents of the book? Since there's no browse option in the pop-up menu, I search for blank and it goes well. I could read the entirety like it's on PC with scroll. It feels like a PDF file. Since I could search for words with this is more convenient for reading books. Next, I try moving the book to the item box. Unfortunately, this one can't do searching. I wonder what's the difference. I take out the alchemy set and put it on top of the table on the corner of the room. The book remains in the storage. If it's like this, even in the dark, I could read the book like the menu. I'm reading Introductory to Alchemy. It's the book that the grandfather gnome firmly told me to read first. Rather than a book, shouldn't this be called a pamphlet? It's a thin book with about 20 pages. The book starts with explanations of tools. Moreover, it features illustrations so beginners won't get the tools wrong. It's the book that the grandfather emphasized me to read first. First, I take out the mortar and the pestle. The mortar is not the commonly known white porcelain, but something pinkish in color. According to appraisal, it's made from agate. Isn't agate a jewel? Following the book, I grind a reagent with one dried medicinal plant together, and then I put the crushed medicinal plant into a small bowl filled with water with a thin metal rod. The compounding is complete 5 minutes from the start. Since it's the first thing to do for beginners, it's very easy. Compounding skill acquired. I immediately allocate skill points to the maximum and activate it. The finished aqueous solution is antipyretic medicine. Judging from appraisal, antipyretic medicine -3 is under the name, while the detail says liquid medicine for lowering fever. The effect is extremely low. It's just a mere consolation. This was my first time doing compounding. It can't be helped that it's low quality. Those who have magic power go to chapter 2. Those who don't go to chapter 4. It is written in the next page of the introductory book. It feels like a manual for business software, or rather, a game book from years ago. Chapter 2 is about basic refining. Seems that I have to make an actual potion. According to the book, drugs made by compounding and potions made by refining have different effects even though they're similar. Production of potions need magic catalyst and MP. In exchange, the effect will be displayed in real time. I continue to practice the refining according to the book. I put the potion I made earlier inside a metal beaker. Then I mix it with 2 reagents there. Seems that I have to pour magic power before the reagents are dissolved. I tuck the beaker between my hands and imagine magic flowing from my right hand to the left. It was like this with a spinning top. You pour magic by circulating it from your right hand to the left. I wonder if this is some kind of rule, or is it just a simple custom? The 2 reagents begin to shine faintly after I pour in magic power. Since the room is dim, it glitters nicely. Seems that it's complete after it stops glittering. Refining skill acquired. It's not an alchemy skill, huh? I also get refining skill to the max. The completed potion is antipyretic potion -4. Since it's wasteful to discard it, I put it inside the bisque pot and put it inside the storage. I open the menu to save the compounding recipes in the memo. The menu has a new tab, Production. I open the tab, and Compounding, Antipyretic Medicine, and Refine, Antipyretic Potion from the earlier are there. Not just them, there are also Woodcraft, Club, Improvised, Composite, Insect Leg Spear, Improvised, and Composite, Insect Leg Spear, Improved. I'm sure that it wasn't there before. I wonder if I need to know 5 recipes as a prerequisite. Or maybe it needs recipes besides improvised ones. But since it's a unique skill, it's useless to try to verify it, so I stop. I try tapping on the compound antipyretic medicine. There are 4 submenus. There are Compound, Inspect Recipe, Delete Recipe, and Detail. Compound seems to be disabled. It's grayed out. I thought that maybe I could do some compounding inside the storage, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to be so. Even after I store the tools and reagents in the storage, it's still disabled. There might be some conditions. Then I continue to read the training to the end of the 6 chapters in the introductory book. Because there is 1 recipe in each chapter, I got to remember Compound, Painkiller, Compound, Ointment, Refine, Lower Recovery Medicine, and Refine, Pain-Killing Magic Medicine Potion, those 4. Probably because I've maxed out the skills to maximum, all the medicines after chapter 3 are attached with +5. The effect is extremely high. It's the highest quality. It's written. I'm thinking of verifying the difference in effect next time. I'm about to practice the 5th chapter of introductory book, but there are signs of someone holding their breath on the other side of the door. 2 luminous points show on the radar haven't moved from a while ago. I stealthily approach the door and open it at once. Arisa and Martha-chan come rolling in as being pulled by the door. What are you girls doing? I listen to the 2 while looking from above. My voice has become a bit flat. Nah, nay. Arisa is speaking in Kansai dialect for some reason. I was just curious since I saw Arisa cleaning to the door, Martha-chan. Yet you've also been cleaning for more than 5 minutes, aren't you? The two shaking girls are about to step away. They suddenly turn around and about to dash away to the corridor. I quickly grab the nape of the two and restrict them. Wonder what you were really doing. I cross-examine again. I'm sorry, I was tempted to see Sato-san's embarrassing moment, so I peeked. Martha-chan gallantly apologizes. Ooh, because a boy who was living together with girls went back to his room alone? Don't you think it's the job of the guardian to see what kind of foolery will unfold? Who's the guardian? Furthermore, foolery? I don't have the mindset of a middle schooler. I release the gallant Martha-chan. Arisa isn't properly reflecting. Or rather, her lust can be plainly be seen, so I punish her by poking her forehead 3 times in a row. It seems that it still hurts even though I held back. She is holding on her forehead while rolling around on the floor. This might be good medicine once in a while.